Hello and welcome back everybody to Join the League season number 3. It's going to be game 2 of a 2-game series, Titan versus Immunity. Game number 1 was a rather strong showing from Titan, as I guess one could expect from them, but hoping Immunity can show us something a little bit better this time around. In any case, we're of course HeflaTV. I'm Coucher and once again joined by Mr. Blackadder.
Afternoon or morning, wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. It's still far too early for me, but that doesn't stop us going into game number 2, Titan versus Immunity. And we've got a Death Prophet ban, Lycan ban, Doom ban, and Void ban, meaning we've got a Brewmaster and a Razor available. Plus Tinker, but I'm hoping for no Tinker. You know how much I hate Tinker.
Well, last game we actually managed to avoid it. I don't believe it was banned out. Maybe as the 5th one, but not before. So, maybe, just maybe, we will get the game once again without him. But now Immunity, what are the options I get? Well,
Oh,
you jinxed it!
God damn it. Right, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm done.
It was all you, man. All you.
I accept the blame. This is what I...
But there's a chance now that Titan will completely counter-draft it.
Very true, and I hope they do, but this is karma, by the way. I miscalled something last game. I said Blade Mail was magic. It's pure. This is karma for that.
Well, at least sometimes Tinker games are enjoyable to watch, but that's when a Tinker is on the team that actually has the upper hand from the start almost. So it just goes around E-Blade Dagoning people. But if it gets to the game that where actually the Tinker's team is on the back foot and just starts delaying and cancelling it out with March of the Machines, then it's horrible.
It could potentially be a complete counterpick game, and we'd get the Skywrath and Ember. Well, the Ember can get on top of the Tinker very quickly with the Flame Remnant Ball, but is that going to be enough? Generally, we'll see something like a Clockwork or a Storm Spirit against a Tinker to great effect. But we equally have the Silence out of Skywrath Mage, which is going to help, but what do you think? Is this enough?
I mean, at the moment, they have a long way to go there still in the draft. I mean, Ember Spirit, definitely not a bad hero to actually just focus out a Tinker. Use the Fire Remnants to get to him, Searing Chains up, and potentially get the kill. Flame Guard also pretty nice up against Tinker's Magic Burst. And Skywrath, well, maybe if they get something to lock him down, potentially a Clockwork to come later along the way. It can be definitely strong, just cogs the Tinker, Mystic Flare on top of his head. So, from those two picks, can't say really if it's enough or if they need more when we don't see the other picks, but Immunity. Are they going to draft also something that can actually safeguard the Tinker?
To safeguard the Tinker, I should think so. They're going to need to play effectively Full Protect 1 until this Tinker comes online, because we know how strong this Tinker is. But the question is, what do they pick to protect it? I mean, do we see just a roaming gank setup? I mean, Dazzle Shadow Shaman, Shadow Demon even, or just Shadow Shaman to help with CC and push?
Well, it's up to them, to be honest, at this point in time. They could go either way. I mean, Shadow Shaman, I don't think it's a very bad hero to pick up in a team. So, wouldn't be surprised if Immunity went for it. The same for Titan. Both can easily just pick it up still. And Vengeful Spirit is the pick for Immunity, so that's going to be one hero that can potentially just swap the Tinker out if he gets caught. But the thing with Vengeful Spirit is that, for example, if you swap people out from a Mystic Flare, what happens? You're in there yourself all of a sudden, so might not have the most fun of times.
No, definitely not, but it is a very aggressive hero. It does have the nice aura. More importantly, can roam and gank. But what's it going to be paired with? I mean, Vengeful Spirit is a really damn good stun. They just now need some damage to back it up.
You mean, to be honest, I guess there's always a small chance that Vengeful Spirit will be a core one, although it's really only played by Russian teams. Even Navi played it yesterday, which just goes to show the fact that Russian teams do love it for some reason, but at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if even something like a Brave King was still picked up for Immunity. Vengeful Spirit plus Brave King just roaming around. Earthshaker, I guess, is a possibility.
Yes, I think would be pretty damn good in all honesty, but I believe we could see the potential for a Tide Hunter. I mean, for the offlane, Tide, good Ravage, very nice Anchor Smash, good at dealing with the Ember Spirit, with the lockdown, as well as the physical damage reduction, takes the edge off of the Sleight of Fist. No, there's a ban on Tide. Okay, fair enough. Titan made their point. They're going to pick up the Nature's Prophet, and that's going to be an Ohio Prophet.
Yeah, it most likely will indeed, and it's always a joy to watch because Ohio, he actually likes to TP rather aggressively early on as well. And somehow he always gets that farm even being in the offlane, so looking at the third pick from Immunity though, going for the centaur since the tide was panned out. So getting some aggression of their own, of course, Stampedes, just an overall strong global ability, especially up against the kiting of a Venomancer now, for example. So I don't mind the centaur at all, gives them some nice burst damage, some lockdown. And actually Titan at the moment, they only have one thing that can disable a TP, it's the Searing Chains.
And that's going to be a big problem here for Titan. They need some more lockdown than just Searing Chains at this point in the game. Honestly, something like Earthshaker could work for them to go with that Skywrath, and they can have a core Prophet Ember Veno. I mean, it would bring a good amount of stun to the table, but equally a long-range stun would be nice as well, other than Fisher. I mean, we've got a Skywrath we could look for potentially. Shadow Demon would work. You could have, I believe Shadow Shaman is still in the pool and not picked up. That actually might be the combo to go with the VS here for immunity. But just something that brings some more stun to the table for Titan is necessary. Considering immunity have, well, Centaur, Blink, Double Edge, Hoof Stomp, big burst damage potential, and a Vengeful Spirit. Now Jakiro on top of that, that's going to be most likely a core Jakiro. No, it actually can't be a core Jakiro. They don't have enough damage otherwise. So supports Vengeful Spirit Jakiro and a Centaur War Runner. Oh, wait a second. Aggressive Tri-Lane, Centaur VS Jakiro.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I wouldn't be too surprised if, for example, the centaur went offlane, but Vengeful Spirit and Jakiro also accompanied him, go to the side shop just to camp really early on. Just then Magic Missile into Ice Path or into whatever spell Jakiro chooses to skill up early on into Hoof Stomp. I mean, I don't think anybody on level 1 could actually survive that. So it's definitely a possibility. And that Tri-Lane would be pretty damn strong, especially considering the Titan Zone might not be able to just do enough.
It's quite possible, but where do they go from here then?
For immunity or Titan?
For immunity.
Well, it depends on if they actually want to run that centaur Tri-Lane or not. I guess if they actually want to strengthen their own push, potentially, I mean, they have the Liquid Fire as well as the Vengeance Sora potentially from Vengeful. I guess even something like a Luna wouldn't be all that horrible, just a mini stun at least from the Lucent Beam, some nice magic burst from the Eclipse. Although, up against Nature's Prophet, I guess with the Treants being around, maybe the Eclipse not the best spell possible.
The idea of a Luna on paper is nice, yeah. High physical damage. Hello, Zeus!
Oh, but we're going to get some of the global strategy, Nature's Prophet plus Zeus. And overall, that magic damage coming out from them, it is so ridiculous. And actually, Tinkerman, he's definitely not one of the tankiest heroes. So, before he starts building up some HP, possibly even having to go for a BKB this game, to be honest, it's... Man, I really love this pick.
You and me both. I mean, Zeus is a very aggressive hero, and honestly, we've seen a full-roll Zeus many times evolve into a semi-carry, and that's a Slardar. Holy aggression! This is a fighting lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Vengeful Spirit providing even additional minus armor as well, so whoever gets caught is going to die to like 2-3 right clicks pretty much. And wow, all I can say is this game is going to be awesome.
I have a feeling that we are in for something special here. I mean, you look at the lineups and think aggression, 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 and then you look at immunities and you just think aggression. This is going to be hopefully a very high kill rate game. I mean, I did not see a Zeus coming. I've been seeing so much more Zeus lately than I have been maybe a year ago. I mean, I've seen, I want to say, 6 Zeus games in a week.
Yeah, it's been close to that number at least. I mean, I can say for sure how much, but definitely seeing quite a lot. And actually, in this game is always going to be a support Zeus, something like in Serious Idol ran, I think even twice, potentially. So, man, just a great game to come. And for immunity, man, picking up a Slardar, it's always a scary thing, because if you actually fall behind, it's not like you're farming all that fast afterwards. So, they need Chatan to just get off to a good early start, maybe get that fast Blink Dagger and just start setting up kills.
Well, setting up kills, I think, is going to be the order of business, but I suppose we should quickly introduce the players.
Yes, so for immunity, Godot will be playing the Jakiro, leaving Chatan on the Slardar with Risk on the Vengeful Spirit, and Risk actually wasn't there for last game, but finally one more immunity member has joined the fight, as the rest for them Chains will be the Tinker heading towards the mid lane and K-Fini on that center off lane.
On the flip side of this coin, for Titan, we've got Net on the Skywrath Mage, Extinct on the Zeus. Over in the safe lane, we've got KYXY on the Venomancer. In the mid lane, we've got Mushi on the Ember Spirit. And finally, over in the off lane, we've got Ohio handling his Nature's Prophet, which is rapidly one of his signature heroes. I've seen him play it so much lately. If it wasn't considered signature before, it certainly is now.
Yeah, it's been Nature's Prophet. Bristleback as well, actually quite often for him, to be honest. So we'll see how well it goes for him this time around. I mean, I think more or less every single Nature's Prophet we've seen of him has had some pretty great success.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single fail from Ohio's Nature's Prophet, but I have to turn around right at this point and say two things. One, who are you betting on?
Man, I love Zeus, but I'm saying immunity, man. Slardar. Plus, of course, the cancer of Tinker is always going to be there.
I'm not betting against the Thunder God himself. I bet, hands down, on Titan. But the second thing I have to do is say to Adacone 16,040, how the hell did you predict this draft? How the hell? What in Divinity's Edge did you do to predict this draft? He nearly got every single hero point for point, including the Zeus.
I think he was talking about Zeus as himself, but I don't know, man. I'm not too sure. Keeping an eye on chat might be a little bit hard at sometimes, but...
I try. Credit where credit's due. Give that guy a cookie.
Give that guy a cookie, indeed. So, Godot already took some harassment thanks to Ohio having that haste rune for himself early on. Of course, actually rather low on mana already. Has a clarity full duration still running for it. But, comparing offlaners at the moment, how well do you think Centaur is going to do compared to Ohio's Nature's Prophet?
Well, if this Centaur comes forward 2-5, he's just going to get picked off. I mean, it depends how aggressive he's going to be. Generally, you'd think a Centaur could do a fair amount, but before he gets Stampede, he's very susceptible to ganks, considering they've got Concussive Shot, they've got Venomous Gale, potentially, and KYXY's build on Venomancer, he ignores Plague Wards normally. He will just go for Gale and for Poison Sting. That's quite the potential for power, considering this lane. On the flip side of that coin, you do, of course, have Ohio on an Nature's Prophet, and he's just going to be hanging out near his tower. I can't see him wanting to go and walk forward either, considering he's walking into 3 stuns. I think both of them are going to be playing significantly more defensive than we would normally expect.
Yeah, it's just a tri-lane of immunity. It has so much kill. Of course, for Titan, like you mentioned as well, if the Venom scale actually connects on Kfini, he's most likely going to die if he's just a little bit out of position, but I think Ohio, he's going to struggle so damn hard early on. At least considering if immunity are spot on with their just lane control, just deny nicely, get the pulls through, although at the moment almost the double creep wave is going to make it towards the Nature's Prophet already.
Well, they're going to have to play this one very carefully. I mean, Ohio, double creep wave, sure. He's now going to get some experience and a good amount of, hopefully, gold if he can get those right clicks. And equally, he can try to harass back Chantal, but, sorry, Shantan. I keep pronouncing that so wrong, because he's got Intel after his name. I read what I see and it just kills me sometimes. They're trying to farm up against a Slardar, but you can't really harass Shantan's Slardar just because he has 5 base armor. He's going to take literally 0 damage.
Yeah, I mean, he even has a Stout Shield on top of that, so... He went for really the tanky kind of build at the moment. Of course, he wants to make sure that even if the supports roam around, that the 3Ns won't become a nuisance against him. And Risk, he's defending the rune at the moment up against Ohio. Is it even going to spawn here? Yes, a regeneration rune, so... Completely wasted, kind of. Unfortunately, maybe with a haste with an invis might have set something up, but... Oh, Extinct and Net. I don't think they were smoked, right? But, well, Centaur just ran past them, and Centaur, he's still level 1, only 36 points of XP. He is struggling as all hell, and Centaur, he can't really go into the jungle to recover either, at least not too well.
Well, if he does rotate into the jungle to try to farm up, I mean, that's going to be taking away from the potential gold of the supports. But he doesn't really have much other choice. I mean, he is just going to suffer otherwise.
Well, at the moment, comparing safe lane farmer Shatan sitting on 11 and 5 compared to KYXY 17 and 6, so Venomancer a little bit more efficient with his safe lane free farm at this point in time. But,
well,
yeah.
I'm just trying to consider the laning potential here and the strength of Titan going into the mid game. I mean, they need the levels on Zeus, sure. How is Zeus doing level-wise? He's level 2, so he doesn't have a static field yet with the build that we generally see out of Extinct. From where I sit, I'm honestly thinking maybe this is going to be more push-oriented than we thought. I generally expect from KYXY to see points into Venomous Gale as well as points into Poison Sting. We're actually seeing points come up into wards, so he's not going with the build that I normally see out of KYXY. He's going for that pushy-oriented style. So he's going to be looking for the rotations in probably from Ohio with those treants and just looking to get early towers, which can certainly help, but it doesn't detract from their ability to farm and get gold either, or their ability to potentially kill, considering Centaur needs to be very careful here. If he gets the rotation in from net, and here we go, looking for it, gets the concussive shot, but that's not going to be enough. Surely that's not going to be enough. They're just going to force him back, and this is a case of, let's just take the tier 1.
I mean, Jakiro comes in, but all he has is Liquid Fire, and it does a 20-second cooldown on level 1. Ice Path definitely not enough to just stop the push, and there's even a siege creep from Titan, so really nicely done with the timing at the moment. And okay, WXY, I was pretty sure he's gonna go for the Venomous Scale, might have even connected on both of them. But the creep here did, or at least most of it, got thrown away. The siege creep is there, the Plague Wards tanking things up, so it's gonna be a pre-5-minute tower here.
Well, it's going to certainly help out Titan, but while this is all going on, what are Immunity doing? They've got Shantan continuing to farm up. He's got 1,100 gold to his name. That's most likely going to be his full treads, and from there on he's looking for a Blink Dagger. And as soon as he gets a Blink Dagger, Slardar is golden. I mean, Blink Slardar is pretty much all you need to start getting kills. But what else is going on? Mid lane, you do have Tinker continuing to farm up. If he gets his travels, that's going to be huge. But
we might
top
get the
lane,
first blood.
Yep, potential first blood here on the Centaur, and he's not going to get away from this one. And it's picked up by Extinct on the Zeus. So that's going to be very early Arcane Boots if he can get a few more kills.
Yeah, it's just getting a tower down, getting the first blood just almost straight after it. A lot of gold going in the way of Titan and the support. They are not done yet. Jakiro actually rotates around to try to defend the tier 2 at the very least, or slow down the push. But mid lane Chains, oh man, is he gonna go down here? They need a little bit more vision. It is nighttime after all.
They did just ping him out. Tinker knows the presence of the supports. Yeah, he's still going forward, dropping the march. Flame Remnant to set up, maybe thinking about it. If they can kill the Tinker under the tower, that'll be pretty damn good, but Tinker still is 1,300 gold away from his travels, and he needs his travels. This isn't an optional thing.
Didn't he go for a bottle, or did he lose it in the meantime or something? I mean, why would you not go bottle?
I'm unsure. I expected the bottle, but now it's going to be time to fight. They're going to go on to Godot. In comes the TP from Ohio. That's a good ice path on 2, but it does not matter. They're going to lose the Jakiro. In comes the TP onto Slardar. If he can get some good damage out, that's going to be huge, but he doesn't manage to get the stun onto Mushi before he's silenced, and Shantan is getting forced back. I mean, there's very little a Slardar can do when he gets silenced up like that, but if you think about it, Slardar still has a lot of good negative armor as well as physical damage, which can seal the deal and kill Mushi. But now we get the potential turnaround. Magic Missile to go as well. 1 hit, 2 hits. They're not going to hang around. They don't really want to fight uphill like that. Even though Extinct has no mana, they need to finish off Mushi. If Mushi gets away from this one, that's going to be huge. Hell, he might decide to turn around with that DD rune, especially now he's got the bottle and just healing up. And from where we sit, that's a pretty big win for Titan, that they only lost the Nature's Prophet and did get a kill on Jakiro and forced the tower a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad at all at this point in time. I actually think maybe they could have killed the Ember Spirit there as well, but they used both the Slithering Crush as well as the Magic Missile more or less at the same time, so didn't get the most amount of stun duration out there. Otherwise, maybe just a few right clicks. I mean, if you're affected by a Wave of Terror, or actually I guess he wasn't affected by the Wave of Terror, but amplified damage was there. So like 2 more extra right clicks might have done the trick for them. A little bit unfortunate, but Slardar's first rotation not ending out in too huge of a success, so man, he needs that little bit more. He needs the Blink Dagger before he can just do much of anything.
I'll completely agree with that. Sure, you got a Slardar, he's relatively tanky. At level 6, he's got 7 armor, but without a Blink Dagger, he just cannot get on top of the target reliably. Sure, he can keep vision up on a target, but that isn't enough at this point. He needs to be getting kills sometime in the next few minutes, and for that, it's going to be a dagger, but it's time for more killing, it seems. Titan have that smoke, and they're thinking about where they want to go. They're going to rotate towards the mid lane. There is, of course, Risk lurking nearby. One of the stand-ins is tagged out. They've got one of their members. And Mushi tanking up fairly well, but, well, Vengeful Spirit will take a large percentage of damage. Still standing for now, though.
But going back to this Tinker for a second, I mean, he didn't go for the bottle. We don't see any massive stacks actually coming out from him, or for him. Titan even just blocked off the peak camp. I guess Ohio TP there before. Oh, Stampede.
Stampede, but bot lane could be the fight we're looking for here. Net comes in, they catch the slow, the silence onto Shatan. If he goes down, that's going to be a pretty damn significant kill. But meantime, in comes KYXY, does hit that Gale. One hit with the Arcane Bolt. Can they finish him off? Yes, they damn well can. And KYXY wants more. He's going deep for Godot, actually. That's a lot more aggressive than I thought we would see. He doesn't have a Gale up. He's continuing to just drop wards and right-click. Is that going to be enough? He's got 2 points up in that Poison Sting. Those dots really will start to add up. Now you get the TP in from KYXY. Does he have a Sprout? It's not even needed. One right-click comes through and cleans up. Kill going the way of Ohio.
It's just going so damn well for them, Titan. They are really the masters of early aggression. They just played so damn well. They're used to that kind of playstyle, and they're most likely going to get the tier 1 now as well. They had the 3 ends, even double set of them, never mind. Killed one, it just expired, but they're going to get the towers, they're going to get the kills. Immunity, when can they put a stop to it? Maybe when the boots of trials come out on Tinker, but even then he probably needs a blink dagger still after that as well. And this Slardar, since he died, he's still like 1.6k away from his blink dagger. And that is not a position where you want to be in if you're just allocating safe lane farm to the Slardar.
In complete agreement. They need to get that dagger on that Slardar as soon as possible. And while these ganks and rotations are happening, the Slardar's going to suffer for it. Equally, the aggression has not ended here. If we take a look, in comes Mushi. Does get stunned up by Shatan and takes a little bit of damage. It's going to potentially be a turnaround and kill. Vengeful Spirit is here, does have that magic missile stun ready to go, but there is just so much damage potential coming out of Titan. Hell, the stun gets thrown on Mushi, but look at Shatan. He's forced straight back to the well. He cannot tank up that level of damage, especially when that Zeus is around. And you got to consider, Zeus's damage is really going to start to add up now. He's got that level 4. He's finally got that point in static field, and that's percentage-based damage.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely strong. I mean, he's not level 6 at least yet, so that's one positive for immunity at this point in time. But Titan, they have their sight set on yet another tier 1 tower. Ice Path definitely not the best of counter push. That's delayed out with the March of the Machines as well. So she might be able to defend this tower for the time being, but man, just Titan, they are playing so damn well at the moment. Although
almost catches him with a double-edged combo, but in the meantime, Fioni is going to survive at least for a few more seconds. Ohio, however, is here, does catch a Sprout. Can he get the kill? No, he can't. Denied up by the neutral creep, and at least he had the presence of mind to avoid death. But in the meantime, mid lane, Mushi getting very aggressive. However, there's going to just stun him up and kill him down. There's no reason he was pushed up that far. They did, however, kill the Tinker in that same exchange. So at the end of the day, 2-for-1 trade, the favor of Titan.
Yeah, at the very least, K-Fini got himself denied, but he was actually only like 100 gold away from his blink dagger. So maybe a little bit too overeager there. Could have just stayed back, get his blink dagger, and then look for the aggression, because suddenly the blink dagger is delayed by like 1, possibly 2 minutes. And they needed it pretty early, considering how bad the early game has gone for them so far. But Boots of Travels are finished on Tinker before his death, so he can finally just start going from lane to lane and being a nuisance that Tinker has to be.
Well, if he can get a Blink Dagger, if he can get maybe the Dagon, it's going to help his team out. I mean, you look at Titan's lineup, Skywrath Mage, less than 700 health. The Nature's Prophet, 777. Venomancer, again, less than 900. They're squishy. Everyone on Extinct is, everyone on Titan, sorry, is squishy. This is fairly unpleasant for them. Especially if that Blink Dagger comes online, especially if they go for maybe the Dagon build for the Tinker. There is just going to be so much potential for damage and more fire remnants being thrown around. Are we going to be looking for more aggression? I think we might be.
Yeah, man, just immunity, they don't have the initiation of their own, since they are lacking the blink daggers on both Centaur as well as the Slardar. Actually, KYXY wants to come in really deep. Ice Path under the tower. He's taking a lot of damage, Magic Missile as well. He's burning low, man. Mech is on cooldown, so they use the Stampede. They're gonna go for the kill, K-Fini. Can he actually escape this, KYXY? Get his Poison Nova off. Mushi, he's on the cleanup duty. He's gonna get Godot as well, possibly. Ice Path completely off target, but Shatan, he's gonna get the crash. Mushi, he goes down under the tower. Still a 3-for-1 so far. Ohio though, did he overextend? Nope, Mystic Flare Shatan. He loses his life as Ohio even had a Blade Mill ready, so man, a 4-for-1 in the end.
And the Venomancer of KYXY is still standing. That's the thing I find amazing off the back of this one, but rockets will continue to fly through and they will finish off the Vengeful Spirit who tries to rotate in, and that's a triple kill for Net. I think he's back and ready to fight after that break we saw for him, but this is a show of force out of Titan. This really is.
I really don't understand why Immunity are even trying to fight like that, to be honest. Especially the Centaur, man. He's been so close twice now to his Blink Dagger and just lost the gold for it. if they had just farmed the Blink Daggers and they had been the ones getting the initiations, yes, I can completely understand the immunity being aggressive, but before the Blink Daggers, you can just see that they don't have the jump, they don't get the proper lockdowns in the best positions, and just kind of fall apart in the fights.
Indeed, and you can see on the graph just how big a turnaround potential this has. I mean, you look for Titan, that's, well, not turnaround potential, but snowball potential. It's over a 7,500 gold lead and nearly a 2,000 experience lead. That's just catastrophic here for Immunity. And Immunity are a lineup that can fight early with Blink Daggers. They just haven't had the opportunity, and now they're going to go for chains. They catch him with said chains, actually, and Flame Remnants are doing too much. There's no escape from that, and that's another kill on the Tinker. And that's how you deal with the Tinker. You beat him down into a pulp until he cannot move and get any farm.
Yeah, this this is going from bad to worse at the moment from Immunity. I mean, 30 minutes in, 3-12 is the kill score in favor of Titan. Immunity, they were the ones with the lineup that need to actually have at least some form of control early on, I think. Just to make sure that Tinker can farm up safely, at least for a little while, get his Blink Dagger going. But Kfini has his Blink Dagger finally on the Centaur, so maybe, just maybe they can set up kill on Mushi.
If they can set up a kill on Mushi, that'll be completely fine, and they will get him off the back of the Stampede. And do they have their daggers online now? We've got the dagger on the Centaur. They need the dagger on the Slaughter, though, and he's only missing 10 gold for that. When he's got that dagger, it's time to fight. Then again, it's already Roshan time here for Titan, and they've almost brought him down. Can they contest this? You've got Godot lucky nearby, you have everyone here, and a DD Slaughter. This could be an absolute catastrophe for Titan. They'll catch the KYXY, takes a good amount of damage, but the return is there. Look at the Mystic Flare, the Thunder God's Wrath. There is too much double kill for Extinct, and what a complete slaughter. The favor of Titan, a 1 for 4 at the end of the day.
Holy crap, man. And they didn't have Mushi in that fight. They just completely ripped. Of course, Tinker wasn't present either, but they had the Wrath of Nature with the Thunder God's Wrath in conjunction there. So, just AoE damage, way too much. I mean, Immunity, it's not like they're anywhere close to a mech for anybody actually. Nobody has even started building one. Whereas Titan, they have that luxury, they have it on the Venomancer, KYXY. And I actually thought Immunity might be able to do it, but Slardar, he was like, what, 10 gold short of his Blink Dagger once the fight started. If they had the Blink Dagger, if he got the jump with the double damage, would have been fine, but suddenly he got silenced, slowed down, Mystic Flare on top of his head, and nothing he could do anymore.
Nope, and Thunder God's Wrath on top of that, within range of the Zeus, so that was also the 2 points of static field, also doing damage. In a closed space, the potential for damage coming out of Titan is quite literally staggering. You've got to consider so many sources.
Oh wow, well Shatan, he's still close to his Blink Dagger at the very least, 100 gold off at the moment. Although, is it gonna be too little too late? It's hard to say because Tinker, of course, just pushing high ground, it's gonna be hard as all hell for Titan. So at least that's also always going for the side of Immunity. Although KYXY is actually building for a pipe as well for their team. So going for the utility Venomancer at this point in time. Nature's Prophet, going for an Orchid possibly, has himself a Robe of Magi, so no Necrobook to speed up the push, and with a double Blink Immunity, I still think they're not out of this game. It's just harder than it should have been this early in the game.
I'll completely agree with that. It is a lot harder than it should have been. I mean, if they had have got their early dagger onto Shatan, that could have been the potential for initiation. Same for Centaur, his Blink Dagger was delayed, and on top of all of that, they've got Chains, who's playing the Tinker. He's 1-2-1 right now. He needs time. They need to buy the Tinker maybe 10 minutes. If they can defend their towers for 10 minutes, they might be able to fight back into this one. But towers are still falling. That's the first tier 2 down. And Titan, they're starting that relentless level of aggression. They are not going to stop.
Yeah, I don't really see a reason for them to do so. I mean, they have, or do they? Yeah, they still have the Aegis up on Ohio as well. Although top lane Shatan, he Mystic Flare on top of his head, and Slaughter, he's down once again. It's just not working out at all.
No, it isn't, and Godot could equally go down here. It's going to be a catch by Extinct, and Wicked 6 Zeus. Do I really need to say more than that? He's got a Blink Dagger and Arcanes, and he's got a Wicked 6 free. He's 7, 0, and 6.
Man, what's up with the support Zeus is just wrecking face every single time. Of course, when it's paired up with his Skyref Mage, Ancient Seal to boost up the magic damage even more. And all mid lane actually, Kfini, it might go down, they need some stuns, anything at all, and just the right clicks will be enough with Mushi going through. Actually, they get the slow one to change as well. Do they have the Searing Chains to stop it? Yes, the Lightning Bolt actually does stop the TP. They get the counter kill, 900 gold to Tinker. So actually not the worst thing to happen, but It was a 2-for-1, and now what's going to defend the towers?
Honestly, I don't think they can defend the towers. I mean, you've still got Mushi and Ohio continuing that aggression in the mid lane. They lost the Zeus. Sure, it was a support Zeus. The spree was nice, but it is, at the end of the day, a support Zeus. Now in comes the aggression out of Shatan, but equally, Mushi immediately reacts and gets into the Searing Chains. They're just doing too much. Can Shatan escape this one? He runs straight into KYXY, gets one bash, cannot survive, goes down to the right click, and the Slardar just is not paying off in this game. The siege is continuing, and the pressure from Titan is just relentless.
Yeah, I mean, Immunity, they needed those blink daggers on both of their initiation heroes like 6 minutes earlier, pretty much. If they had it like 12 minutes in for both of them, it would have been perfectly fine, I think. But Titan, they just didn't allow that to happen. They were constantly looking for fights, going for the pushes, making it so that Immunity has to react. And Immunity, if they had just been like, okay guys, let's give away our tier 1s, we can't fight yet since we just aren't ready for it, period. But they tried, they failed, and just gave away too much.
Indeed they did, and giving away this much to Titan, it's pretty much digging your own grave. I mean, Titan, they play phenomenally. We've seen so many games of them lately where they've just taken an advantage and, well, you give Titan an inch, they take a mile.
Yeah, that's exactly the case as KYXY finishes up his pipe now as well. It's going to be even harder for Immunity to just do anything in those fights. Yes, they can still burst on one hero, but they're going to have to need Titan to just clump up for like a 3-man hoof stomp into 3-man double edge followed by a 3-man slithering crush as well. That's what they need at the moment to just win a fight, it feels like.
So you basically need 3 mini RPs.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not much to ask, is it?
A very tall order, I think, is the best way to phrase that. And you got Mushi finishing up his Battle Fury very soon as well. This is going to become very unpleasant for Immunity.
Well, maybe they can get a couple of kills here. Man, they're even using amplified damage on a Treant and still even failed to kill that. The Skodot is in so much trouble. Searing Chains up. Zeus comes in as well, and are they going to lose some more? Mushi, they want to go in. They get the Sprout onto Shatan. He eats his way through with that Quelling Blade. Actually, the Searing Chains, they catch him. The Slithering Crush, the Mushi might lose his life under the tower. Nope, the mech keeps him alive. He's still stunned up. He's going to get the Remnant out. That's just 3 heroes dead for Immunity.
There is no escaping Titan at this point in the game. Sure, the negative armor is nice. It is what you need to bring down an Ember, but they just do not have the lockdown. They don't have the ability to burst him down in time, and the healing and the sustain coming out of Titan is just too much. Mixed on top of that, just the damage potential coming out of Extinct. You saw how much Thunder God's Wrath did there to the Ember Spirit. Sorry, not to the Ember Spirit, to the Slardar. And it may be all over, but for the crying, can Immunity hold their tier 3s? I'm unsure if they can.
Well, at least actually Net kind of dove into the base. He forced F onto the high ground trying to go for the Tinker, I think, but suddenly he was in the March to the Machines as well as the tower aggroing him. So he actually died 800 gold in the way of Tinker. So, Tinker, Chains, he actually has himself a point booster. Possibly, or most likely a Bloodstone, but do you think there's a chance that it's going to be... No, never mind, Soul Booster, man. Why doesn't anybody go for Aghanims?
Do I really need to justify that with
when you're defending high ground, quadruple rockets, man, it's the best way to make the heroes back off.
I believe it's quadruple rockets and double range laser, yeah?
Yeah.
What is your main way for defending?
Well,
March of the Machines.
No, you can make it. Actually, never mind. Kfin is gonna lose his life extinct, chases him down, but it could be so epic as Shatan. He's in trouble once again, gonna get silenced up. Actually, Ohio, he might lose his life in return. Maybe, just maybe the right clicks. No, mech comes through from KYXY. They get another kill, but that way you would have March of the Machines and quadruple rockets.
Well, think of it this way, as we're going to see Chains potentially lose his life here, but he does blink up to the high ground. Will be able to escape potentially, but consider it this way. Oh, actually, can Chains escape? No, he can't. Gets caught by the Sleight of Fist in the Chains of Mushi, and Mushi is ready to kill again.
So consider it what way?
Consider it this way. How many targets will be on a screen at any point for Rockets? I highly doubt you'll get all 4, which takes away from its advantage by a large margin as Risk dies. Equally, Mushi is still in the base looking to just kill whatever he can, and there comes the Thunder God's Wrath, killing spree up for Extinct once more, and he is just slaughtering everything with the Thunder God's presence.
Man, it's not like the Bloodstone helps you out defending anyway.
No, it doesn't, and this is why I would have liked to see a Dagon. You don't need the capacity of a Bloodstone if you're on the defensive like this. Hell, a Bloodstone when you're so defensive and technically losing, not a good item by any stretch of the imagination. But in comes the double stomp, the double crush, but they will overlap. Don't get the maximum stun duration, and the Slardar just cannot survive versus that. Rockets are going to continue flying, and they're going to lose their first set of racks.
Yeah, this game is pretty much over at this point in time. I mean, even with the double stuns, of course they did use the at the same time. Oh, they stun Mushi up, but there is no follow-up at all. Actually, melee racks still stand, so Titan they back off, and this game will be delayed out a little bit longer, but just the way they take fights, they're so decisive, and Immunity, they can't even get a single kill in return.
The other thing about this Bloodstone, the Bloodstone is exponentially better as you get kills. How much kill potential do Immunity actually have?
Well, the kill potential is there, but with Titan, since they are playing correctly and not just going in too deep or just being out of position all that much, so it's small.
Small, I think, is the right term. I mean, it's small, and you've still got Titan. They are just playing tactical Dota. They are playing surgical Dota. They are going in, getting the objectives they want with the scalpel and walking away. They're not trying to charge into the base with a sledgehammer and take towers suicidally. They're doing it correctly.
Yeah, it's just methodically going around, not giving anything away to Immunity at this point in time, and man, they would have to throw extremely hard. Just look at the graphs. 26,000 gold lead, as was XP, about 25,000 already for Titan. It's surpassing the 1k per minute marker, so Ohio might be in some trouble. They use the Stampede as well. Actually, Ohio, he just gets the blink out, and they can't get even that 1 kill, or can they? Ohio actually runs back into them. They are wanting to fight because from the background they're gonna get Godot. He's gonna get Mystic Flared on top of his head. But are we gonna see some more kills? Mushi, he finds two. They're both TPing out. They need the stuns, nothing to stop it. But still, the two supports fall, and I mean, Ohio, he even stays alive.
He didn't have the chains to lock down the two TPing out, but what Ohio did there was beautiful to watch. He blinked away, wasted the Stampede. They kept chasing, he popped Blade Mail, and they threw some damage into him, of course, reflected, and it just was a complete turnaround from there. Ohio decided, oh, I can kill you, and just started right-clicking things to death. And speaking of killing, they kill off the Centaur. Now they're going to look for the Slardar once more, and Shaitan just can't do anything at this point. In comes the Gale. The swap is there from Risk, but it doesn't matter. The Thunder God is here, and he's just going to slay everything. There is no escape from Extinct, and he has a triple kill.
Yeah, I mean, this game, overall this series, it just comes down to that Titan. They are more of a unit as a team, and they just play it better. Just from the early aggression, the early roaming around, it's just better executed.
I would completely agree. It's just such a good style of play coming out of Titan, and once again, the 4-roll Zeus rains down hell from above. This is good God, such a staggering lead. I cannot think of another word for it. This is just sheerly staggering.
Yeah, man, Mushi even went for a Desolator now, so they just want to go dive the fountain, it feels like, at the moment.
Well, here they go again. They're going to blink in, look for another kill, but the Sleight of Fist is too much, and now it's a godlike double kill for Extinct, and he's looking for more. And a mega kill for Ohio on the back of that one, a mega kill for Mushi.
I think it's pretty funny that Zeus is godlike. It's like, dude, he's a god.
Really? You went there with the
but it's true, man.
Never mind.
But in any case, guys, this just was it. Titan, 2 fast games, absolutely dominating showing by them, just in both series. But we're gonna have one more game coming at you. It's actually in about 55 minutes time. Kingdom versus First Departure. So should be yet another great game for the Asian division here. So we're just going to keep the stream running, probably with some music in between. Don't think we have enough time, at least not safely enough time for a game in between ourselves. But thanks for coming in, hope you enjoyed, and of course if you did, be sure to follow us as well. You can find all the necessary links below the stream. And Blackadder, where can people find you?
They can find me everywhere at Mr_Blackadder, no C in that, and that's on Twitch and Twitter.
So that's it, guys. You heard it, where to follow Blackadder. @Coucher for me on both Twitch and Twitter, and just see you in the next series, hopefully.